Head's not in the picture. Let me scoot over, Alex. Don't get nervous. I'm just coming in closer.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
As you can see, we have Alex Pagulayan with us. How's it going, Alex?
Hey everyone. Hi. I'm good.
Yeah?
How you
Hey,
guys doing?
good. Real good, man. This has been an exciting week for us.
A lot of things going on right now. You got the Mosconi Cup going on, and you got the big guy here is throwing action all over the place, like day in, day out, every day. 5,000 a game, 10,000 a
We hear
game.
you've been getting it pretty good.
Uh, actually, me and GRB kind of like we go back and forth. Yeah, we played last night. I get the best of it. I'm up one game. So.
One game?
Well, I mean, we played like we played 10,000 game, and I won the first four games.
So you're up 40 at
It
the
went
time.
back and forth, and then after like I don't know 6 7 hours, he decided to play one race to three, and I agree on it. One last set, and it was crazy because I won the first two games, and then he came back. He got to hill, and the last game he needed one. I needed 14. I beat him. So
Whoa, man, get
what
out
a
of here!
match!
Really?
What a match!
You know, you trained for this, though. I've seen you in here playing the 15 ball goes, and it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in pool.
One that's one of the thing that I like to practice the drills. I kind of like discover it. It's very good for your mind to focus on it. It's not only that the games that I make these days, I gotta run a lot of balls.
When you're
Yeah.
mentioning being out here for 7+ hours playing pool, how much are you focusing on your health, and how hard is it to stay that sharp and that kind of attention to detail for that long, man?
Well, right now my priority is my health. So I've been studying a lot of nutrition. I've been studying a lot of what's good and bad for me. So overall, right now my health is 100%. So I
100%. The last time we seen you, you were hopping around on one leg around a pool table in
well
Puerto
that,
Rico, man.
that's kind of like blessing the way I see it because I was in Puerto Rico. I did the young stuff, 20-year-old young stuff.
You showed us a picture of the
What
rocks
happened,
that you
man?
jumped across.
Yeah, but what happened is first I was in at the ocean for like an hour, and we went to the rainforest.
All right, how
They
about
got
Stephen C? You've got a 7 foot table set
little
roughly. Stephen
small
C.
waterfalls, and they got a bunch of rock that you have to hop on
Any
for you
story that
not to
starts
get
like
wet.
that is worth it.
Yeah.
I'm at the rainforest. I'm at the ocean.
Yeah.
There's a waterfall, right? It's always gonna be worth it, no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah. So I'm there's one rock to one another. It's quite a bit. I contemplate for like a minute. I said, bags. That's quite a waste. You're not 20 anymore. So I
How
did
old
it.
are you, Alex?
I'm 44.
Yeah, okay.
Did
You're
you
no
stick the
spring
landing?
chicken. You got to be careful.
Well, I made it, but I kind of like pull a muscle really bad. I heard it pop. So that's it.
You were fighting for a world championship at that time, Alex. How Number one, how difficult is it to be in that position on that day against Jason? And number two, do you got any regrets? Because it's tough to go that deep in a tournament.
To be honest with you, Mike, it's hard for me. Well, I already, I shouldn't say I figure what life is all about. I mean, someday at one point, we have to all give it back. So if you're gonna leave bad memories to yourself, I think you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So no matter what the consequences is, no matter how you feel, you should try to be happy as much as you can. I don't. Okay, it's fine. I mean, World Eight Ball. I mean, who wouldn't like doing that? Especially as a pool player, I would love to win it. But if the God all gave me certain amount of plays, and I will accept it. You know what I mean? I tried the best I could.
Right.
That's all I could ask for, and I was gonna quit the very first day, but I decided to play, and let's see how far I can go.
How tough was it in that moment though when you're on the TV table, you're playing against Jason? How much did you wrestle with it mentally before you finally decided to?
Well, I was gonna not really do it in from the beginning. You know what I mean? But because I don't want to quit in the middle of the match, I already knew what I'm getting. I said I'm not gonna. It's only like 30-second shot clock. By the time I get to the next shot, it's already they call 10 seconds to me. So overall, they were like very helpful. They didn't put me on TV until towards the end, so it's pretty good.
Is that the first time you've ever had to withdraw from an injury from a full
Yes,
tournament?
yes,
Wow.
that's the first time I ever withdraw. Cause I always like to give shows and entertain people, but I don't want to go any further because I don't want to hurt myself. Because I prioritize health more than winning pools.
So you know Mike and I are in town because of the Mosconi Cup, that little event going on over at Bally's, right? And while we were over there, we are talking with some folks, and the schedule for next year for Matchroom is going to be pretty robust. Predator has the U.S. Pro Billiard Series. There's other independent tournaments coming up. I'd kind of like to get a feel for what you're thinking in terms of your schedule for next year. If you're going to prioritize one pocket events, or events where there is a one pocket tournament and rotation, or if you're thinking about going after the matchroom events, or both.
Well, okay. My plan is for next year to play pool as much as I can, and also like because I'm coming out with my brand now. We've been working really hard. It's coming out pretty soon, so I'm gonna like promote it all over the world, stuff like that. So, and beside, I love playing pool again. So, obviously, if there's a good one pocket challenge for me, I will prioritize that more than anything because I always like challenge. When it comes to rotation, I don't mind challenging people, but it's gotta be two-way street. I cannot gamble or challenge people that if only on their terms. It's gotta be both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
So
makes
we can
sense.
agree on.
Well, there's a big one pocket match happening out here at Griff's in a few days. I'm sure you're aware.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to watch this match because two of the greats, especially at this moment. But if you guys gonna ask me who I'm betting
Well, you
on,
know it's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
well, this is the thing. Tony Chon is one of my favorite guys to watch playing one pocket because he's one of those guys that he's very creative and he likes to go for the shot even if it costs him the match, and he just loves it. He just loves that pressure, and
Do you love it when you're playing against them?
well, I kind of like I enjoy it because now we have a match. When I played him a month ago, I was like excited and playing the top. If, for me right now, I believe he's the best American player right now
Really.
for one pocket. So
So, but you know the kind of firepower that Shane has. If he shows an interest in one pocket, if he kind of can get in that one pocket gear, does he stand a chance?
obviously, Shane is a great player. One thing gotta count on a great champion, even if they're the underdog. For some reason, they pull that strength to get that W. So I wouldn't count Shane on it. But if they put a gun on my head, I would bet on Tony only if they put a gun on my head. So
So the match is going to happen here. You play here a lot. You're pretty familiar with the conditions. What makes it special about playing one pocket here at Griff's?
well, first of all, the table is pretty. It's gonna make you play honest. You know what I mean? It's a 4-1-8, and now the table's getting older and getting stickier, so there's gonna be some moving and playing at the same time. It's not like uh, New Orleans table. New Orleans still is still tougher table. If Shane and Tony play there, I'm gonna have to bet on Tony
Hmm.
because Shane's it's designed for a brand new 4.5 uh, pocket, brand new cloth and 4.5 size pocket of the table. So
What would Shane need from you?
I don't know because we never really. It depends what. To be honest with you, it depends what table we play on.
If let's say let's say Shane beats Tony,
Yes.
would you be interested in playing Shane in one pocket?
Yeah, I would be interested. I'd be
I
in,
think you guys would request similar conditions, right? Nobody's gonna want to play in a smoky room in New Orleans. I don't feel like for that match.
yeah. Well, that's the place I would like to play.
Yeah.
To slow him down, right? You want to
Yeah.
slow down his firepower.
Well, I just like yeah. Well, I would play him in any condition. I'm just it just depends like what the bet is, and he's got to get my interest first before anything else.
Gotta get you out of bed, huh?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you ask him if Shane wins, would you be interested in playing him? He would be interested in playing anyone in the world in one pocket.
Yeah.
There's not a person in the world that you
Like you
wouldn't
said,
duck
the game's gotta
anybody
be
in the
right,
world
though.
in one pocket, right?
I just like I like challenge because people asking like, oh, this is the best, this is the best, this guy's the best, and I said to that, who cares? I mean, like, look, a lot of people has a lot of ego. Me, I just like to play. That's it. I don't even know what the best is. Some
Yeah,
people
but
said
it's easy to
Dennis.
say that when like everybody on earth, if you ask them that watches one pocket pool, if they ask who's the best one pocket player today, you're at the top of that list.
Well, the thing is, it's just opinion. That's not even a fact. You know, Dennis, you got to throw Dennis in a
Right.
picture,
Of course.
and that's the match everybody's waiting for. But
Yes.
when you ask a few people, Dennis, when they say who's the best, Dennis, but we don't really know what the best is, right? Because until you play each other, and then once you play each other, and that's you will know the best. And that it's not even that. 4, 4, 5, 6 months or a year, there's gonna be more players. It's gonna play. They're gonna get better.
So who's
Pedro
coming?
Gorsi is
Yeah, who's the
knocking.
next great? Who's the next great one pocket player? Not good, but someone younger who has the talent, maybe has the drive, has the touch. All of the things that are important to be a great one pocket player. Who can you think of out there that might be that next Alex or Dennis?
Well, the thing is, there's Pedro Gorsi right now. He's a contender, and there's a lot of young players now that I don't really know anyone that plays right now, but I think the game is getting more popular and popular.
Yeah.
So
Well, one thing I think that helps is, there's last night 400 people in this room, and you're over there matched up with JRB, and JRB's in there tonight matched up with Mitch. There's, 20, 30 people around watching that matchup. Give us a feel for playing those games where you're giving up ridiculous spots. What's your mindset going in? Are you playing just super tight and not giving up an inch, or are you trying to be aggressive? What's the mindset?
I did experiment with all that. The first time I played him, I was tight, and I see him he's getting loose because he feels it. He's a poker player. He see what's going on, right? So he's just kind of like very confident. And then he beat me the first time we played. Second time, I kind of like reevaluate the way I'm playing, and then I let him know that I look. It's on. So I kind of went for a lot of shots and start running balls, and that's when I see the he's very. I wouldn't say scared, but now he's more concerned now. So if you put a lot of balls or run balls together with him, now it's gonna be a little bit more concerned. And also I mix it up with him. I wanna let him know that I can move with him.
It's good.
So
Yeah,
either way,
it's like you're adjusting styles.
yeah,
It's got to be difficult though, playing someone with such deep pockets and someone who's in here all the time, getting better.
yeah,
Because
Right.
I don't know, maybe today the game's 14-4, but maybe that's out of line in 3 or 4 months as he learns from you. I talked to Scott Frost before, and he talked about playing from the chair against you and you against him, and kind of learning stuff from each other. They're gonna learn.
right.
These poker players learn. They're smart, right?
You're right. You're right. So one problem playing him is like, especially he doesn't like to play small money. Either you play minimum of 5,000 a game. So if you're the person that never played that kind of amount of money, leave him alone for now.
Yeah.
Get used to it yet, because it's different. It when you're out there and playing him, you're playing for that kind of money. Like you playing him 10,000 a game, and all of a sudden a lot of people choke against him for
Yeah.
that kind of money.
You
So
still get nervous?
all the time.
Really?
Yeah, for that kind of money, I get excited and nervous at the same
Yeah.
time. So
That's like my favorite moment from pool was when Alex missed that ball in a big tournament. It might have been a world championship. I'm not sure.
That was your favorite moment?
Well, no,
Him
only
missing the
because
ball?
of only because
What are you doing?
thanks,
Yeah,
pal. Thanks, pal.
only because of his humility afterward. And he was just he admitted in an interview, I got nervous. And you don't see that often from pros,
Well,
right?
what am I gonna do? Double beat myself, lie to myself? I mean, oh yeah, I wasn't nervous. I just the ball rolled off and the weather was
Yeah.
so cold.
That's what
I
a
mean,
lot of pool players do.
Well, what gets you more nervous, playing for 10 a game or going and being in the semifinal of a world championship?
I think playing in the tournament because my mindset. I'm that guy. I'm always nervous in the beginning,
Yeah.
but as the longer we play, the more problem I'm gonna give you. Because I'm that guy. So I'm gonna get so comfy, like all the adrenaline slows down, and next thing you know, I'm in the zone. So,
Guys, I just want to let you know this is Dogging It coming to you live from Griff's. Do us a favor, hit that share button. This is a great opportunity. If you guys have any questions for Alex Pagulayan, put them in the chat. We're seeing the chat. We can certainly ask him any question. We'll put him on the hot seat. Maybe somebody will ask you something
yeah.
really tough. We'd love to just take a few more minutes with Alex and kind of go through any questions that you guys have. But we'd also like to get more people in here watching this. And do us a favor, check out the sponsors. Fort Worth Billiards is our title sponsor here. But look around the outside, all of the different sponsors that helped us get up to Vegas. We really appreciate you and show them some love.
How
Okay.
long are you going to be out here in Vegas, Alex?
That will up to JRB.
until he quits, huh? Until he says uncle?
Yeah, I mean, I was here actually for Evan. We had a match set up, but
How are
so,
y'all going to play?
we're thinking to play 8-7. There's some fortunate happened, so we couldn't proceed. So, but I think the uh, that game is it's gonna be on the plate. I don't know when, but it's in the agenda for sure.
you know,
Eight
you're
seven.
you were we had a good laugh about it as long as JRB's here or as long as he's willing to play, but that's reality, right?
Yeah.
We know about people who camp out in certain towns waiting to get that one big fish, right?
Yeah.
And talk to us about kind of negotiating the games with him when everybody else is here trying to do the same thing. If you look around the table when you're playing him, you got other players there that want a shot at him. You come in today, he's playing Mitch, played you yesterday. What's that all about? How do you figure that out?
Well, that's a good question actually, because I didn't like the game that I gave him, but at the same time, I kind of like how much we're playing for. I mean, I don't usually make bad games, but if I could change my life, it's not really that way off. It's like I would say 52-48 for him, but we all know what 4% mean nothing in race to three. Whoever performed better that night is gonna get the cash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whoever can handle the pressure better, or whoever, uh, like I said, perform well is gonna get the cheese.
Is it tough playing against a guy like that when he's got deep pockets, when he's a professional poker player and he plays for big amounts, not just in pool, but in other aspects of life? And because
Oh
the
yeah,
number's not going to rattle him?
yeah. It's a very tough for me, but I got good news for you guys. It's also tough for him. So yeah, it's vice versa, and he knows that I know that he knows I can play for the cash. So,
If
so
if there was a Team Asia in the Mosconi Cup, would they beat Team Europe?
oh yeah, they will beat Tino. Yeah.
What's your five players?
Ah, ooh, 5 players.
Nine
Ooh,
ball, same conditions. Five
9 balls.
best nine ball players from Asia.
Well, if Dennis is still playing right now, well, I gotta take Dennis out of the equation right now because he hasn't been competing. As we talk right now, we gotta throw in Carlo Biado in there,
Huh?
uh, Chang Chung Ling in there, Cole, another Asian. If Levan Cortez are actually placing every day, I will take him, right? So 5-1. I might have to go with one of my favorite player, Little Cole.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's talk about Levan for a second because Danny Davini was in here and Pat says hello and they were in the chat a little bit ago. But Dennis has been quoted saying Levan's probably one of the toughest gamblers on earth out of the Philippines. I want to get your opinion on that.
He's um, Pat Divini is not wrong. I think.
Oh no, I'm saying they said hello, but then Dennis
Oh,
said
sorry, yeah.
Dennis said Levan is one of the toughest gamblers on
Oh
out
yeah.
of the Philippines.
I mean, Livan is the most talented pool player I ever seen in the Philippines. But the work ethic is Dennis is the most work ethic
Yeah.
that I've seen in pool. So if you can combine that work ethic and Livan's talent, Livan's gonna be a monster. Like he's already a monster, but I think he's gonna be because he's like he has everything as a pool player.
Alex, you're playing these big money matches, these big one pocket matches. You have plans to play a lot of events next year. What are you doing in terms of training?
What am I doing? Well, most of it is I want to more and foremost. I think it's in my health. One number one.
Yeah,
I watch what I eat. I I do a lot of walking. It's very good for you.
it really
If
is.
you anybody out there's listening, if you have bad health, if you have high blood pressure, walking has a lot of benefits. So don't run, just walk is good. Walk 30, 40 minutes a day is good. Or even walk more. It's
It'll
better.
wake you up, make you sharp.
It's just like there's a lot of scientific study on it.
I've been telling my man about working out.
Well, I think working out is you only lose like 10%. I think what you eat
Yeah, diet's big.
is big.
Hey, you know how you can tell if somebody's working out? They tell you about it. Melina talks about it all day long.
He's eating cake every night in the hotel room, man.
All
like
day
10
long.
o'clock at night.
And this guy takes I'm rooming with him, so he takes like 4 showers a day.
Hey,
Yeah.
He takes
the
a
workout,
shower
after
before
the
the gym,
workout,
after the gym, before he goes out, when he
Well,
gets home.
workout is workout is not bad for you.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you might lose weight here and there, but if you eat bad, you're gonna put it back right on. So if you don't watch what you eat, then
who wins in a push-up contest? You or Earl?
probably Earl. Probably Earl. Yeah.
All right, while we're at it, one good piece of advice for somebody who's just starting to get into one pocket.
Learn. No, I mean, I think if you want to play one pocket's about cue ball. Obviously, knowledge will come later. The information that we have that we need it's already out there. It's just a matter of fact that the question of you can you do it.
Yeah.
So I think one should understand the cue ball like pattern recognition.
Anthony, I have a
You're gonna be a good one
available
pocket
for
player,
Anthony.
unless if you don't want to learn the knowledge and then you're screwed. But also, what's knowledge if you can't do it? You see
Yeah,
what I mean? So,
if you think about it, when you were coming up, there wasn't YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I went when I was learning one pocket. I went for like a year just watching YouTube videos of you and Tony, players like that. People have a great resource now available to
Oh,
them
yeah.
where they can learn that you didn't have.
Well,
So your knowledge came from
just watching everybody. I like to question things, and then I'm that kind of person that I throw that ego down the toilet. Because when I play, even if I'm better than the guy, if I see a moves that better than mine, I will steal that. He doesn't even know it.
Well, that's awesome. Alex,
Yeah.
listen, we really appreciate the time that you spent with us
Yeah.
tonight. We want to cut you loose so you can get over there and negotiate another game so maybe we can watch some of it.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for stopping by. And let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, thank you guys. I would love to do it again.
Man,
Awesome.
Thank you
Thank
for having
you.
me.
Awesome.
Peace, guys.
All right, guys, hang tight 1 second here. We're going to go ahead and keep going with this show. We're just going to take a second and do a seating change here. We got a special guest coming in and we want to introduce you to. Come on in here, Jeremy. See if we can all get in here. Are you okay holding this mic? Yeah. Awesome. Folks, we want to go ahead and introduce you to Jeremy Jones, the other Jeremy Jones,
We
right?
just broke the internet.
Jeremy Jones from OBQs. How's it going, Jeremy?
Good.
Yeah. So, Jeremy, Mark Griffin is obviously involved with OBQs. He sponsored our show, helped us get out here, and came up with the idea. Hey, we should interview you. We should talk to you about some of the technology with the OB shafts, the OBQs. I think things have changed, right? It's not my dad's old OB. Tell us about it.
So, with OB, we basically didn't have a designer for, since Royce passed away. And they designed a few things, but it was pretty much the same as what same track as what they were building before. So we actually went and we started messing with torrefied wood. And the Phoenix shaft is actually a torrefied shaft that we have the wood actually made for it. Super low deflection, and it's still a wood shaft, so a lot of players really like it. Now, then when you get into our carbon's a whole different story. We designed, how do I want to put this? So we designed how the shaft is going to be built, but we don't actually build the shaft. I have the tube built by a company that makes golf clubs. So the carbon fiber world was actually bigger in the golf industry and in hockey sticks than it ever was with pool cues. And then pool cues just took off. There's so many things that you can do with carbon fiber. The only thing is you can do too much too.
Yeah.
And a lot of what we did was sound dampening, and then we changed the joint where the joint's interchangeable, so you can use it on multiple butts. That was real big.
I think I was in Dallas. I think maybe like a year ago, and I was hanging out with Doc, and I forgot what match it was. Maybe it was Chip and Tony were playing, and they had just gotten done. And he was like, "I want you to check out this shaft." And he said, "What kind of butt do you got?" I said, "I got a modified 3/10." He's like, "All right, give me a second." He pulls out this tool, he goes in there, and he takes it out, he pops it out. I said, "What are you doing, man?" He said, "Well, you got the thing, like an adapter."
Yeah.
And I said, "Why doesn't anybody know about this, man? This thing is massive because you're used to whenever you buy a new butt, you got to buy a whole new shaft. You're spending another $500 on a brand new shaft." And I couldn't believe that. I had no idea this was out there.
Right. And there's so many people that don't understand that. Now, we've started to pick up a lot of cue collectors because they can have a whole collection of cues and have one or two shafts and just trade the shafts in and out. That is a big selling point for a $500 shaft. I mean,
absolutely.
None of us pool players can really afford to go out and buy that stuff every day. You can't afford to have a carbon fiber shaft for every cue that you have. So that was real big for us too.
Jeremy, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved with OB, and what you do for them.
So for years, I worked with Bad Boys Billiard Productions. We run tournaments. We run the BCA Nationals, Derby City Classic.
Yep.
There's just a handful of tournaments. There's probably 30 or 40 that we did. I worked with them for a long time, and we set tournaments, set the tables. I was a player before that. So I've actually been in pool about 25 years. And I worked for Mark a lot. And Mark Griffin had called me and said, we need help in Texas. So me and Amy went and looked at OB, and we were supposed to stay there 3 months.
Where are you from originally?
Actually, Illinois, middle of Illinois. Yeah,
you don't sound like it.
Yeah, I grew up in a farm community and then moved to Tennessee in 1997. And I worked remotely out of there. I'm actually an IT person. I did a lot of IT work there. I went to school for that. And on the farm, we had a machine shop. So, I did a lot of machining work there. Well, when Mark asked me to go to Dallas, it was sort of like, I've been a pool player for a long time. And I have a lot of machining experience. So I just sort of fell into it. It was just trying to help Mark out, to be honest with you. I was supposed to stay there 3 months, and it's been almost 3 years now. So,
how do you like Dallas?
I like Dallas a lot. The pool scene is great in Dallas.
Doc does a great job out there.
Yeah, we have tournaments all the time.
Everywhere, yeah.
We got a big one coming up too, the Royce Memorial.
Yeah, that's right.
So Royce passed away, and that's actually why I'm at OB. I've done a lot there since Royce passed away as far as design and development, research. And Royce used to do all that. When he passed away, we lost a lot. Not only that, me and Doc lost a really good friend.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry to hear that.
James was real good friends with Royce and talked highly of him every time we're in the shop.
yeah, James is a good dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He is. He got a heart of gold. He does.
So are you actually making the products? Like,
Yes,
are you
I'm in the shop every day.
really?
Yes. Matter of fact, I wish I was in the shop today because every day that I'm not there, something comes up where they have to have information. And if I'm not there, it can be something simple too, like maybe a cube.
Beauty of cube building.
Yeah, something could just be turning off just a little bit, you know. And there's tricks to actually fix that.
Yep.
Some of the guys that I've got in the shop are younger guys, and they just once you teach them, they've got it. But they
It's
have
that
to learn.
experience. Yeah, no, I've been in there. I've been with James at the shop, and some machine acts up, and then I'm down for hours, and he'll show up, and he'll mess with one little thing, and it's like I just lost 6 hours because of that damn thing, you know. But it's like it's here.
Yeah. Well, that's just like I also build machines. I build CNC machines. So I'm building a machine for James right now for another cube builder. Because there was one job where we build a straight line core cube where all the wood is cored out. And then we put a core through there and all the wood's like 1.4 inches around. And we turn it with the pin in it so everything stays straight the entire time. Well, in order to do that, one person has to sit there and drill wood all day long. It's tedious.
It's tedious. Yeah, I was about to say. Yep.
So what I did was I took a lathe and I built it CNC to where it will just manually, or it goes in by itself and then comes back out. So it'll run the drill bit in, come out, and shut itself off. Well, I was talking to another cue maker and he said, I've got to have one of these.
So all you do is load and unload.
Yeah, that's it. Load, unload, and hit start.
Yeah.
That's it. So basically there was a guy that just sat there all day and all he would do is just drill wood out. Well, now somebody just chucks the wood up, they hit start, they come back in about 10 or 15 minutes and the wood's drilled. So what we've done is we've come up with a process where anybody that passes that machine, if it's not running, somebody puts a piece of wood in it, hits start, walks off. The next guy that walks by it, so everybody's drilling the wood now instead of one guy.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. I was telling Melina I'd love to come out and kind of check out an operation like this.
You're more than welcome.
Bring my camera, kind of, let people know because I think there's so many people that see the end product, but they don't see how it got to there. You know?
And a lot of cube builders are like real secretive about their stuff.
God, yeah. I'm friends with a lot of guys.
Come in with your cameras. I don't care because,
not to
get better.
Yeah, but not to share industry secrets or anything like that, but just to see the work that goes into it, I think would be beneficial to a lot of people out there.
Well, it's like Jeremy said when it came to messing with the machines, right? You guys worked your asses off to get that kind of experience, and I think that's what a lot of cube builders want to tend to protect, more often than not,
right.
Because they went through a lot of trial and error to figure out what works for them.
Yeah,
Right. Just like I mentioned that I'm building it for another cube maker.
Yeah.
I don't know that he wants anybody to know who I'm building it for, so I haven't mentioned that.
Yeah.
But that's up to him. He can do what he wants. But actually, anybody that wants to come to the shop, you're more than welcome. Just make an appointment. I'll show you the whole place.
I want to dive into something that you said. You said Mark asked you to come and help out. And, Mark I've known him for several years now. He's one of my favorite people in the pool industry because I see his passion for it. I see the investment that he's made in multiple different roles that he's had over the years. Look at the U.S. Opens that he runs and the money that he adds and the events he has here at Griff's. Tell us about when you were asked, why you picked up and went down there and what Mark means to you.
So for me, it was more about a personal relationship with Royce. So I knew the company was in trouble, and basically when he told me that he wanted me to come look at it, I realized that it was because they were in trouble. It was just a bad situation. And for me, it was more personal. I did not want to see it go away.
Yeah.
Because Royce had actually provided me equipment for years. I never paid for a pool cube. Royce always sent me everything, and I still have cues that he sent me that I've never struck a ball with, and I have them in the shop. I'm not ever going to get rid of.
Yeah.
He was a really smart guy, and he was a really nice guy. Not that he couldn't get the other way, because he could, but everybody that is listening to this that knows him knows what I'm talking about. He was very passionate about pool, a lot like Mark.
Yeah.
And I think Mark may have known in a way that I would have responded that way. That's probably why he called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, though, because I was actually at a pool tournament, running the pool tournament for the BCA when he called. We were in Wisconsin, and it was the year that they had that polar vortex.
Oh, yeah.
It was 55 below zero.
James remembers that real well.
Yeah.
I hear about it every weekend.
I get that because I had a job offer in Jacksonville, Florida when I lived in Virginia, and it was summer, and it's nice in Virginia. And I was like, no, I think I'm okay. That same job called back in November. We had just had 2 large snowstorms in a row. I said, Jacksonville's sounding pretty nice. So we took the job.
Yeah, I can take
changed everything.
I can take the nice weather, leave the snow.
Yeah.
So where can fans go and purchase OBQs and where you guys going to be at? I know you guys do a lot of traveling. I see you guys all over the place.
Yeah, so we travel all over. We slowed down for a little bit, but we're starting back up heavy in January with Derby. We'll be at Derby. We'll be at SBE. There are some tournaments that not many people know about, but they're coming around soon. There's going to be a bar box championship in the South.
Nice.
Yeah, an 80 table event.
Wow.
Trying to bring back something like the U.S. bar box that we used to have. Which, yeah, we used to have it. We had it in Reno for many years, and then we went to Vegas, and then it got canceled. Casino backed out, and then it just never did get started back up. And that CSI did that one at one point.
I remember.
And the friend of mine that runs Bad Boys Billiard Productions, Rick Jones, he's actually trying to start up bar box championships around the country. So, it'll be happening pretty quick.
Well, I know somebody that plays pretty good bar box pool. I'm not talking about him.
Oh, I said, you ain't talking about me.
1,000 guys that play pretty good bar box pool.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, anything new coming out from OB? Any ideas? Anything you're going to push the envelope? Anything you share?
So I'm trying to do a batch of customs like once a year, and I've got 20 of them here with me. And I've got a new cue line coming out for Tony Chohan, which Tony will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I've got the new cue line. You've got pictures of it. You can put them up.
I've seen them, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to put up those pictures, you're more than welcome to. Now, it doesn't actually get released until Monday, but maybe you can see it here first, right?
He's famous for leaking stuff.
I've been known to release some stuff before I'm allowed to. That's for sure. Pushing the envelope.
So, and you mentioned Tony Chohan. So Tony's going to be using these cues?
Yes. Yeah. So I redesigned a cue line just for him. The butt is designed different than our other straight line core. I used part of the straight line core design, but used a little bit more of the ebony that we're building those cues with to make it a little bit more solid hit.
I love an ebony cue, man. I love an ebony nose cue, especially.
So there's 5 cues on the line, and I actually have all of them here with me. So if anybody wants to look at them, they can too.
Yeah, guys.
Are we going to be out here in Vegas then?
I'm here till Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're cutting me off again?
My bad.
Hey, guys, just want to let you know we're coming to you live from Griff's. We've had a few people in the comments ask about how many people are in here. It's crowded, but nothing like last night. Last night was insane. They had the amateur U.S. versus Europe Mosconi. Jim Telfer was running.
Only. It was like
you didn't have any elbow room. It was crazy.
No, actually, last night the door said there was 365 people in here.
I believe it.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say tonight is probably half that, if that.
Yeah,
so
175 or
it's probably a reasonable amount of people where you might be able to get a table with maybe an hour wait or 45 minutes or something. So yeah, come on out here. Griff's is, where else are you going to go in Vegas? Casino? No, get out here, come to Griff's, shoot some pool, have some fun. Hey, Jeremy, this has been really great getting to know you.
Nice to meet you, Joey.
It's great knowing more about OB and what you guys are doing. And I do want to take you up on that offer. Stop by sometime.
Anytime you want.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining, guys. We'll be with you tomorrow morning again. We'll be back at the Mosconi Cup, and it's the last day, so it should be a lot of fun. See you guys.